U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry is now in Saudi Arabia's capital after a whirlwind visit to Egypt. Kerry met with Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi in Cairo Sunday. They discussed a range of regional issues, but mostly focused on Egypt's tattered economy.
Secretary of State John Kerry met with President Morsi, pledging to provide $250 million in economic aid if Morsi goes ahead with negotiations over economic reforms. The meeting occurred as pro and anti-Morsi supporters clashed in Cairo and Port Said. Meanwhile, Syria's president criticized Kerry's pledge of assistance to the rebels there. In an interview with a British newspaper, he called the rebels terrorists.
People angry at what they perceive as U.S. support for Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi have been protesting during a visit by the U.S. Secretary of State. It's John Kerry's first trip to Egypt, and he's keen to stress the value of political consensus, despite liberal and leftist parties planning a boycott of next month's parliamentary elections.
We're not here to interfere. I'm here to listen. We're not here to urge anybody to take one particular action or another. Though we have a point of view, and certainly I'll express that. But what we support is democracy.
Kerry has already met with opposition leaders and is due to meet the president on Sunday. The new Secretary of State said he hopes the Egyptian government will gain cross-party approval for painful economic reforms in order to secure a much-needed IMF loan.
The U.S. Secretary of State is in Saudi Arabia. John Kerry arrived in the capital Riyadh on Sunday, where he was met by his Saudi counterpart, Saud al-Faisal. The conflict in Syria and Iran's nuclear ambitions will feature heavily in their discussion.